Hi, this is Nora with Responsive Resumes. Are you tired and frustrated of applying for multiple roles and not hearing anything back, being ghosted, not getting interviews, and worst of all, you don't even know why? Well, I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to give you some good tips that you can implement to really get ahead in your career. Hundreds of resumes come in, and you know what? Recruiters, they don't have time to look at all of those resumes. So they're clever and use something called the ATS filters. It's automatic applicant tracking system that scans the resumes for keywords. But what does that mean for you? Let's say you have lots of great experience and qualifications and skills. It doesn't even matter if you don't have the right keywords in your resume. Your resume needs to be keyword optimized in order to even get to the recruiter. Does that make sense? Okay, so you might be thinking, how do I make it keyword optimized? You take a look at the job posting, and you have to realize that when the recruiter programs their ATS filters, they are typically taking the buzzwords from the job posting when they program the ATS. So you do the same thing. What you do is you go into the job posting and then you pick out the buzzwords that are there. So this buzzword. Buzzwords are things that are repeating in a job posting or things that show the qualifications that they need. And you take those buzzwords and you add them to your resume. And when you do that, what happens is when the ATS comes in and scans your resume, it finds these buzzwords that you added. And when they do that, then you automatically will qualify for that role. Now, let's say your resume is keyword optimized. It's still not enough because remember, you're competing against so many other applicants. So when it gets to the recruiter, you have to be able to articulate what makes you stand out. And you do that by magnifying your accomplishments, your transferable skills, and your qualifications for the roles that you want to apply for the specific role that you want to apply for. There's an art to making it balance out. And usually what I do with clients is I always check, okay, what do they want, right? And then what are their current situation? Where are they now? And you see this gap between both? I try to bridge that gap. And I do that by making sure it's keyword optimized. I do that by articulating their accomplishments, making sure the transferable skills are there, because the shorter gap, the more you fit perfectly for this role. Let me tell you the sad part of the job application is if you have a keyword optimized resume and you have all your accomplishments written perfectly, but your layout is messy, then the resume is going to get tossed aside anyway. So it's important that you realize that looks matter when it comes to the resume layout. It has to look good. And how do you know that our resume layout is perfect? It's perfect when it's organized. It has consistency. The font is consistent. The header is a little bit bigger, but then everything is kind of consistent, right? It's easy to skim. There's this juicy line spacing where, it's nice to just scroll. It's almost therapeutic. Yes, it happens. It can happen to your document if you pay it that attention. We know that with the right tools, you'll be able to land a higher paying role and level up in your career. And it all starts with your resume. Just imagine if all of your accomplishments or the value that you add to a company is articulated clearly in your resume. Do you think that would make a difference in your job search? Absolutely. And imagine if the recruiter takes a look at your resume and be like, wow, this looks really organized. I love skimming this resume. There's something about this. This person seems interesting. I want to interview him or her. That's what we want for you. And we can't wait to show you how good your resume can really look. We have over 7 years of experience helping clients level up in their career and land amazing roles. We know what works. We have over 3,600 5-star reviews from raving fans and clients. And we've won awards every single year for 6 years for best resume writing, which is why our clients have been hired at top companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, you name it, which by the way are really picky about their application procedures. So again, we know what works. So if you feel like your resume is holding you back in any way, feel free to send it over for a free resume review. No strings attached. The worst thing that can happen is that you get great ideas that you can implement yourself. And if you decide to work together, then that's great. We would love to work with you as well. Fill out the form below and we would love to share what we think is possible for you. We can't wait to show you how good your resume can really look. Looking forward to hearing from you. Talk to you soon.